Hello students. Students, today we are starting chapter number 9, Madam Rides the Bus, written by Wali Khannan. Students, the story is about a girl whose name is Wali. Wali is a very brave young girl. She is 8 years old and she has a desire to ride the bus once in life. And she fulfills her desire as she has courage to fulfill the desire. And during her first bus journey, she also realizes the reality of death. So, students, this is a brief introduction to the chapter. So, now let's start the chapter in detail. There was a girl named Valia who was called Vali for short. The story is about a girl whose name is Valia and her nickname was Vali. She was 8 years old and very curious about things. Her age is 8 years and she is very much eager to know about the things. She is very much curious to know about the new things. Her favorite pastime was standing in the front doorway of her house, watching what was happening in the street outside. And she spent her time while standing in the front door of the house and always saw what was happening in the street outside. There were no playmates of her own age on her street, and this was about all she had to do. As there were no playmates, she had no friends to play with her, so that's why she spent her time standing in the front door of the house and looking at the people, looking at the street, what was going on there. But for Wali, standing at the front door was very bit as enjoyable as any of the elaborate games other children played. But spending her time just like the way she was spending while standing at the front door, it was really enjoyable for her as it is enjoyable for the children playing the different games. Watching the street gave her many new unusual experiences. Also, while looking at the street, she got many new experiences, even unusual experiences, while standing at the front door. The most fascinating thing of all was the bus that traveled between her village and the nearest town. And the most enjoyable thing for her was watching the bus that traveled between her village and the nearest town. It passed through her street each hour as this bus would pass through her street after every hour, once going to the town and once coming back. Once it would pass when it would be going to the town and once coming back from the town. The sight of the bus filled each time with a new set of passengers was a source of unending joy for Wali. And every time whenever the bus would pass from the street, it would be filled with the passenger and every time there would be a new set of passengers and it would really become a source of enjoyment for Wali. Day after day, she watched the bus and gradually a tiny wish crept into her head and grew there. She wanted to ride on that bus even if just once. Now, day after day, she watched the bus, she looked at the passenger, and slowly, this thing came to the mind that she would ride the bus only if just once in her life. This wish became stronger and stronger until it was an overwhelming desire. Now, this wish became so much stronger and now it had become overwhelming desire and at any cost she wanted to fulfill her desire now. Wali would stare wistfully at the people, wistfully means longingly, who got on or off the bus when it stopped at the street corner. Now, she would look at the people with desire, and whenever the people would board the bus and they would board down the bus, whenever it stopped at the street corner, their faces would kindle in her longings, dreams, and hopes. Kindle means set alight, means feelings. Now, the faces of the passenger had filled the feelings in her mind, in her dreams, and in her hopes. Now, it had become her dream that she would ride the bus. If one of her friends happened to ride the bus and tried to describe the sights of the town to her, Wali would be too jealous to listen and would shout in English, proud, proud. Whenever it happened that one of her friends had ridden the bus once, and then the friend had tried to describe the sights of the town, then she would become very much jealous while listening, and then she would start shouting in English, proud, proud. Neither she nor her friends really understood the meaning of the word, but they used it often as a slang expression of disapproval. Slang expression means informal language. Now, neither she nor her friends knew the meaning of the word proud, proud, but they would often use this word in informal language whenever they would be disapproving it. Over many days and months, Wali listened carefully to conversation between her neighbors and people who regularly used the bus, and she also asked a few discreet questions here and there. Discreet means careful questions. As now it had become her desire to ride the bus, so that's why she started listening to the conversation of the people, of those people and neighbor who regularly use the bus, and also she started asking the questions regarding the bus journey from the people. This way, she picked up various small details about the bus journey, and in this way, she got the details of the bus journey. The town was 6 miles from her village. The fare was 30 paise one way, which is almost nothing at all, she heard one well dressed man say. But to Wali, who scarcely saw that much money from one month to the next, it seemed a fortune. Now she came to know, after listening to the conversation of the people, that the town was 6 miles away from the village and the fare of the bus journey was 30 paise one way. And actually, it was nothing at all, as said by one well dressed man, but it would cost very much to Wali, as she had never seen so much money, and now it seemed a fortune to her. The trip to the town took 45 minutes, and also she came to know that if she would go to the town, it would take her 45 minutes. On reaching town, if she stayed in her seat and paid another 30 paise, she could return home on the same bus. This meant that she could take the 1 o'clock afternoon bus, reach the town at 1:45, and be back home by about 2:45. Now, she thought that it would take her 45 minutes to go to the town, and after reaching the town, if she stayed in her seat and she again paid 30 paise to come back to the village, she could return to the home on the same bus. This meant that she could take the 1 o'clock afternoon bus. She could take the afternoon bus which came at 1 o'clock, and then she would reach the town at 1:45 and be back her home by about 2:45. On and on went her thoughts as she calculated and recalculated, planned and replanned. Now, her thoughts were coming stronger and stronger while she was calculating, recalculating, planned and replanned. Now she was planning to uh, uh, to go to ride the bus. Now this is the second part of the chapter. Well, one fine spring day, the afternoon bus was just on the point of leaving the village and turning into the main highway when a small voice was heard shouting, stop the bus, and a tiny hand was raised commandingly. And it was one fine spring day in the afternoon. The afternoon bus came and it was just on the point of leaving the village. It was about to leave the village while taking the passengers, and it was turning into the main highway when a small voice was heard shouting, stop the bus, and a tiny hand was raising commandingly, saying that stop the bus. The bus slowed down to a crawl, and the conductor, sticking his head out the door, said, hurry then, tell whoever it is to come quickly. Now, the bus slowed down, and the conductor stuck his head out of the door and he said, "Hurry up. Now tell whoever wants to ride the bus to come quickly." "It's me," shouted Wali. "I am the one who has to get on." Now Wali shouted that she wanted to ride the bus. By now the bus had come to a stop and the conductor said, "Oh, really? You don't say so?" Now conductor was really confused to look at Wali and he was surprised that she wanted to ride the bus. "Yes, I simply have to go to town," said Wali, still standing outside the bus. "And here is my money." She showed him some coins. Now Wali said that she had to go to the town and she was standing outside the bus and also she showed some coins that she was having in her hand. "Okay, okay, but first you must get on the bus," said the conductor and he stretched out a hand to help her up. But now conductor said that, "Don't show me the money. First of all, you would have to get on the bus." And then he stretched his hand to help Wali. "Never mind," she said. "I can get on by myself. You don't have to help me." But as Wali was very much determined girl, she said that she could help. She doesn't need any help, and she would get on the bus by herself. The conductor was a jolly sort, fond of joking. "Oh, please don't be angry with me, my fine madam." But as he was a jolly sort, fond of joking type person, and he said that, "Don't get angry with me, my fine madam." He called Wali madam. He said, "Here, have a seat right up there in front. Everybody move aside, please. Make way for madam." Now, he also sarcastically tells that everybody leave the space for Wali and make way for madam. It was a slack time of day. Slack time means a time when there is not much work. It was a time when there was not much work of the day. So there were only 6 or 7 passengers on the bus. That was the reason that there were only 6 or 7 passengers on the bus. They were all looking at Wali and laughing with the conductor. Wali was overcome with shyness. Avoiding everyone's eyes, she walked quickly to an empty seat and sat down. Now everybody in the bus was looking at Wali and they were also laughing with the conductor. And now Wali was feeling shy. So avoiding everyone's eyes, she walked very much quickly to an empty seat and sat there. "May we start now, madam?" the conductor asked, smiling. Then he blew his whistle twice and bus moved forward with a roar. Then he asked to Wali with a sarcastic tone, "Madam, if they could start." And then conductor blew his whistle 2 times and the bus moved forward with a roar with a sound. It was a new bus. Its outside painted a gleaming white with some green stripes along the sides. While here is the description of the bus, and the bus was looking that it was a new bus because the outside of the bus was painted with a gleaming white, and also there were some green stripes along the sides. Inside, the overhead bars shone like silver, and inside the bus, the overhead bars were shining just like the silver. Directly in front of Wali, above the windshield, there was a beautiful clock. Even a beautiful clock was also hung above the windshield. The seats were soft and luxurious. Wali devoured everything with her eyes. Devoured means read very quickly and eagerly. She read very quickly and eagerly everything with her eyes inside the bus. But when she started to look outside, she found her view cut off by a canvas blind that covered the lower part of her window. Canvas means partition. But now she wanted to look outside the window. She wanted to see outside, but she found that she was not able to view everything clearly because a canvas blind was disturbing her. So she stood up on the seat and peered over the blind. So so she stood up on the seat and she started looking over the blind. Blind means partition. The bus was now going along the bank of a canal. Now bus was on the way. Now it was going along the bank of a canal. The road was very narrow. On one side there was the canal, and beyond it palm trees, grassland, distant mountains, and the blue, blue sky. On the other side was a deep ditch, and then acres and acres of green fields, green, 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 as far as the eye could see. Now she was looking outside the window, and now she could see that on one side there was the canal, and there was everything was blue and blue there, and on the other side everything was looking very green. Oh, it was also wonderful. Suddenly she was startled by a voice. Listen, child, said the voice. You shouldn't stand like that, sit down. Now she was feeling that everything was wonderful while looking outside, and then suddenly she heard a voice that was saying her to not to stand like that. The voice was saying her to sit down on the seat. And she, while hearing this voice, she was startled, she was shocked. Sitting down, she looked to see who had spoken. It was an elderly man who had honestly been concerned for her, but she was annoyed by his attention. Now, sitting down, she looked to see who had spoken her, and she found that it was an elderly man who was actually very honestly he was concerned for her, and that's why he was telling her to take the seat. But she became very much angry when she came to know that somebody is paying attention to her. There is nobody here who is a child, she said haughtily. Haughtily means proudly. I have paid my 30 paise like everyone else. But very proudly she said that she is not a child, as she had also paid 30 paise like every passenger. The conductor chimed in. Now the conductor remarked, oh sir, but this is a very grown up madam. Again, sarcastically he is saying he is remarking that she is a grown up madam. Now every time the conductor is calling Wali madam. Do you think a mere girl could pay her own fare and travel to the city all alone? Now also he says that it was not possible only a girl who could pay her own fare and travel to the city. Wali shot an angry glance at the conductor and said, I am not a madam. Now again she became angry, and she gave an angry look at the conductor, and then she said that she was not a madam. Please remember that, and you have not yet given me my ticket. She said that she was not a madam, and also told conductor that he had not given her ticket. I'll remember, the conductor said, mimicking her tone. Now he started copying Wali, and then he said, I'll remember. Everyone laughed, and gradually Wali too joined in the laughter. Now, after hearing these words, everyone in the bus, all the passengers started laughing, and slowly Wali also joined in the laughter. She also started laughing. The conductor punched a ticket and handed it to her. Just sit back and make yourself comfortable. Why should you stand when you have paid for a seat? Now, conductor gave her a ticket and told her that why don't you take your seat? Why are you make yourself comfortable as you have paid for your seat? Because I want to, she answered, standing up again. But now she stands again, but she says that as she wants to stand, so that's why she is standing. But if you stand on the seat, you may fall and you hurt yourself when the bus makes a sharp turn or hits a bump. That's why we want you to sit down, child. But the conductor says that we are telling you to sit down because the bus makes a sharp turn and also hits a bump. That's why they are saying you to sit down. I am not a child, I tell you, she said irritably. I am 8 years old. Now she becomes irritated, and again she says that she was not a child and she was 8 years old. Of course, how stupid of me, 8 years, my. Again, he says that how he was very much stupid that he was not understanding that she is 8 years old child. The bus stopped. Some new passengers got on, and the conductor got busy for a time. Afraid of losing her seat, Wali finally sat down. Now, bus stopped and some new passengers got in the bus, and now conductor became busy because he was giving the tickets to the passengers, and now Wali was also afraid that she would lose her seat. Then she finally sat on the seat. An elderly woman came and sat beside her. Are you all alone, dear? She asked Wali as the bus started again. Now the bus started, and the elderly woman, came and she sat beside her, and then she started putting the question to Wali if she was alone. Wali found the woman absolutely repulsive. Such big holes she had in her earlobes and such ugly earrings in them. Repulsive means she was causing strong dislike. Now she was not liking this woman. She disliked her as she was wearing. She had a big holes. She had a big holes in her earlobes, and also she was wearing very ugly earrings. And she could smell the betel nut the woman was chewing and see the betel juice that was starting to spill over her lips at any moment. Now she could smell the betel nut the woman was chewing, and also she could see that the betel juice was about to spill over her lips at any moment. Oh, who could be sociable with such a person? Sociable means friendly. And now she feels that she is not a woman with whom anybody can be friendly. Yes, I am traveling alone, she answered curtly, and I have got a ticket too. Curtly means very rudely. She answered rudely to the woman that she was traveling alone, and also she had got a ticket for that. Yes, she is on her way to town, said the conductor with a 30 paise ticket. Now, again conductor said that she is on her way to the town, she is going to the town, and she has paid 30 paise ticket. Oh, why don't you mind your own business, said Wali. But she laughed all the same, and the conductor laughed too. Now, Wali did not like the interference of the conductor and the woman. Then she said that why uh, didn't she mind her own business? And then she started laughing, and at the same time, conductor also laughed. But the old woman went on with her travel. Travel means silly nonsense. Is it proper for such a young person to travel alone? But, but the old woman did not stop to her, and she kept on talking. She was looking very silly nonsense, and then she said that it is not proper for such a young person to travel alone. Do you know exactly where you are going in town? What's the street? What's the house number? Then she kept on asking the questions. She asked her if she knew the address where she was going in the town, what was the street, and what was the house number. You needn't bother about me, I can take care of myself, Wali said, turning her face towards the window and staring out. Now, again, Wali said her that there is no need to bother about her as she could take care of herself, and she turned her face towards the window and she started looking outside. So, students, this is enough for the day, and remaining part of the chapter we will do in the next class. Till then, goodbye and have a nice day.